evening, everyone. I'm Ruchita, your host. Welcome to today's session of NutriLIV 360. Today, it's going to be a culmination of all that we've learned over this past few sessions, and we are going to understand how to adapt consistent habits to get a better lifestyle and to have an improved health span. To start the session, it is my honor and privilege to invite Farooq Tarapur. He, ladies and gentlemen, is an Olympian, two-time world champion in sailing, and has had an active sporting career of 40 years. He's won innumerable awards, including the Chhatrapati Shivaji Award and the Arjuna Award. But most importantly, he's a mentor to each and every one of us on this group with the mission Har Ghar Healthy, Har Ghar Medicine Free. Let's listen to him very, very carefully, guys. If we've missed any of the prior sessions, this one is going to catch us up and really build that habit for us. Over to you, Farooq.
Thank you, Ruchita. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this final session of this course for a good, healthy life and a healthy living. Now, if you haven't been attending all the lectures and all, it's okay. But one thing that you should, take with you before this whole session ends is that there are a couple of things which are extremely important for a good and a healthy life. And a part of that belongs to supplementation. And if you're not taking basically the core supplements, that is the multivitamin, daily, protein powder and omega, you are doing yourself a big disservice. Today, most of our problems are due to inflammation. And the best supplement to handle inflammation is omega-3. So make sure that you have enough of that. Another very important point, that you should consider is that what is your ability to cope up with stress? Do you have a really good coping mechanism? Or every time there is a stress in your life, you're just falling apart? So today you're very fortunate because somebody who's really done a lot of work, made a huge change in our whole lifestyle. Okay, he's going to talk to you about everything that we have spoken for, in this entire batch. And listen to Veda very carefully because what she has to say will have a significant impact on your health. Over to you, Veda.
Thank you, Farooq. And thanks for all your support as always. Well, friends, today we're going to be talking about habits, building healthy habits. Well, whatever we have learned, whatever we have understood, unless we incorporate it into our daily lives, it will not start, making a difference to our health, right? And in fact, whatever we do today is a result of our habits. Unfortunately, most of what we do are not healthy habits, right? So this is going to be a reminder, as Farooq said, as Ruchita said. We'll go one by one, and I will also try and share instances of how it helped me or how it was relevant in my journey, in my transformation, right? So the first and foremost, without hydration, without water, we will not exist because 70% of our body is filled with water. So how do you know, first of all, what are the signals that you will get कि पानी कम है, कि आप enough पानी नहीं ले रहे हो? First of all, आप बार-बार आपको प्यास लगेगी, right? Then muscular cramps. You will get a pull very easily, backaches, headaches are there. You might also not able to concentrate properly in what you're doing. There's confusion. You're feeling dizzy, for example. And of course, your urine color becomes dark. Anything which is more than pale yellow means आपका body में पानी कम है. Okay, all of these are your indications. Now, best thing is we have just listed out ki 8 best times when to drink water. Immediately when you wake up, have a glass of normal water or warm water. You don't need to make it complicated, mix things or soak things and all. Even a normal glass of water is fine. Every time you are having a workout, after workout, have a glass of water. Again, not too much. Okay, I'll tell you why not too much. Then half an hour before a meal to help you with digestion so that you are also not overeating before taking a bath to lower the blood pressure, because usually when we take a warm bath, then the blood pressure is increased before going to bed. But again, before going to bed, jo bhi whatever we are saying, right? Probably just a glass of water. Okay, not a whole, like a half a liter or a liter of water. No, because if you have too much water before going to bed, then it is going to disturb your sleep. The other end of thing is there are people who don't want to get up in the night to go to the washroom, so will not have water even 2 hours, 3 hours before going to bed. That is also not good because your body needs that water, right? So at least a glass of water about half an hour or so before bed should be fine. When you're feeling sick, whenever you're feeling dizzy, when you have, say, viral infections and all, hydrate. Hydration is your first thing that you need to do. Okay. When you're feeling tired, to recharge your system. So a simple glass of water is more than enough when surrounded by infected and sick people. Okay, it helps so that that infection doesn't settle in your body. So that was the first thing on hydration. Okay. What I do nowadays is have a bottle always in front of me. If I keep a bottle in every room, that's one way. Only thing is you are not able to then monitor how much of water you're having, but at least because the water is there in front. So nowadays I always have water around me, right? Because the water is there in front of you, you tend to drink it. So that's important. Are you practicing portion control? I mean, this was something very difficult for me, but how this program helped, we know that portion control, it's not just eating 3 meals a day, but what are you eating? And ऐसा नहीं है कि आप portion control मतलब सिर्फ एक रोटी और सब्जी खा रहे हो, that should be enough. What we are talking about, a balanced meal plate. The best way to understand this and get into the habit of having the right portion size is to share your meal plates in the community, because when you get those comments from, say, Anaita, from Farooq, or from Raj or Anu, that's when, and it comes repeatedly. So you should not shy away from sharing your plates. Do that. When it comes repeatedly is when you will start getting into the habit of understanding, right? The best way to know कि पोर्शन क्या होना चाहिए, एक तो हमने प्लेट का एक इमेज शेयर किया है ऑन द व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी. इट इज मोस्टली पिन्ड ऑल्सो. यू कैन गो टू द हिस्ट्री, यू कैन लुक एट इट. बट अदरवाइज what we say is आपकी मुट्ठी, your hand can give you indications, right? Your इतना सर्विंग ऑफ प्रोटीन होना चाहिए, मतलब दाल, स्प्राउट्स, any chicken, for example, eggs, all of that. Okay, your whole palm size should be one serving of protein. Vegetables, cooked, uncooked, that is your salads, okay, should again be one mutti of will be your portion size. Carbs should only be really little, that also after, like when you hold your hand like this, after cooking, itna hona chahiye. Fat, just a drop of oil or something like that. But most of your plate should be of vegetables, whether it is raw or cooked, all of it together, right? Again, ये सब नहीं याद रखना है. Share your plates, keep sharing your plates, irrespective of whether you're able to follow, not able to follow. And continuously, when you get the comments, is when you will start you're getting into the habit, you'll start understanding it, because it's the best way to learn, right? And that's how I have learned. There have been many times where initially in the start, where I've not been able to follow the portions. Even now, when I deviate, but I know exactly kahan pe deviate ho raha hai, how I should be correcting it, right? So that's the best way. Are you chewing your food adequately? We have always heard, bachpan mein ki 32 bar, right, 32 times you need to chew. we lose a count, right? But why do we need to? When you eat slowly, your digestion improves. आधा काम आपने mouth में ही कर दिया है. So your stomach, your intestines, etc., they will need to do lesser work, and hence your nutrient absorption will be much higher. Second, it reduces your calorie consumption. आप खा रहे हो, धीरे धीरे खा रहे हो, then you tend to allow that hunger to get actually satisfied and all of that, and hence you will not overeat, right? You will feel fuller for longer. Your carbs craving will be reduced. Your sudden, the need for sudden energy will be reduced. Basically, you will prevent overeating and hence maintain your weight. How do we ensure you chewing properly? First thing is, of course, plan your meals so that you incorporate salads as well. Salads take longer time to chew. You will be forced to chew more, right? You will eat slowly, choose food rich in fiber. That's what I was talking about, like your fruits and salads, which take longer to chew. Don't stand and eat because um, as much as possible, like for example, today I was completely swamped in work. I had calls, but I forced myself to break away from the call, go to a different area to sit and eat at office. Okay, because only when you can sit and eat is when you will be able to chew properly and digest as well. So you're being mindful of what you're eating, right? Eat slowly and put the spoon down after every bite. We tend to ऐसे फटाफट फटाफट खाने का ना, हम बोल रहे हैं कि spoon रखो. The process of picking up and putting the spoon down will ensure that you're chewing three more bites or four more bites. ठीक है? Avoid talking while eating or working while eating also, so that you are mindful of क्या खा रहे and you chew more. Avoid, of course, scrolling and looking at your mobile phones because otherwise you'll chew even faster. Fourth habit, are you able to manage your cravings? Okay. Now, हमारे brain cannot identify whether you're feeling hungry or you're feeling thirsty. Okay, there are different, different hormones that are generated. Adipose tissues will generate leptin, pancreas will generate insulin, ghrelin also is generated by the stomach. So all of these are giving various signals to your brain. Unfortunately, they are misinterpreted as hunger. Ghrelin is actually secreted सिर्फ 3 बार दिन में. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone. Okay. So how do you manage? Again, stay hydrated. If you keep yourself hydrated, you will not feel hungry very often. Ensure that you're very clear in your mind कि सिर्फ 3 meals जरूरी है दिन में. And अगर आपने portion control किया तो you for sure, if you have a protein heavy meal along with some vegetables and all, for sure your hunger you'll be able to manage your cravings. Okay, you will not need food very often because कब हमें cravings ज़्यादा होती है? If you go back to the carbs session, when you're eating simple carbs mean you get sudden energy spikes, but you also have sudden energy drops, right? So if you're managing your food plate properly, you will reduce your cravings. Keep healthy food handy to ensure you're not eating simple or refined carbs. Okay, include proteins, as I said, in the meal. Stress, a lot of us have stress related binge eating, right? Now, uh, to avoid that, I would say don't keep snacks in front of you. Don't keep snacks readily available because stress to hoga hi, right? There is no way people can avoid or say that, okay, I'm going to lead a stress-free life. But how do you manage your stress? And that's what Farooq said initially as well. We have to learn, we have to understand our body better, we have to understand our mind better. How do we cope, right? Then second is, during this stressful situation, you should not have food around. Otherwise, it's very easy to just pick up a whole bunch of peanuts and start eating. I used to do that when I used to go on long drives, eat peanuts and all. That's what increased my weight, which now absolutely is zero. Okay. Are you breathing enough? Sit today, in fact, right away, and just think, how deep is your breath? Most of the time we don't even breathe properly, right? Unfortunately, it is very much required to help us manage even stress, right? Help us manage our metabolic processes as well. Breathing through a natural process can be harnessed for various health benefits, which is physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Okay, what and how can we practice mindful breathing? You can do a diaphragmatic breathing, where you're breathing in and breathing out through your nose and breathing out through your mouth, ensuring that your stomach is, your chest is going in and out. Then you have mouth breathing bellows, where you're in and out through the mouth. Kapal Bharti is also there. There's enough information on the net, but then some few things that you can do through pranayam is these intervals, where you're, say, breathing in for 6 counts, hold, immediately exhale for 6 counts. You start with that, where you're balancing your breath. Then you increase it to breathing in 8 counts, hold one, exhale eight, hold out one. Like that. When you keep doing that, you will see that slowly, slowly, initially, you're starting to be conscious of your breath. फिर उसके बाद you will see that calming effect coming in you, and then, of course, giving you that energy that is required. Okay, so that is your best way of breathing effectively. Whenever you're stressed, if you can, even if you don't get time to actually break away from that stressful situation, just close your eyes, practice mindful breathing. You will see that you are able to come back to normalcy, or rather, you will be able to come back to a state where you are in control of what you can do next, right? So that's how powerful the breathing is for us. Are you getting enough sleep? This is one of the five. If you missed Friday's podcast, you have to go to our YouTube channel and look at it, where Farooq talks a lot about sleep. uh, we think nowadays that sleep is underrated, or because of stress, we are not, or rather, because of the work timings, we probably are not sleeping enough, and we're not sleeping at the right time. Many youngsters, many people now, because of the access of social media, we don't realize when we are from one reel to the other post to everything, how time is passing, right? And then we try to go to sleep with that. Unfortunately, it is going to impact us in the negative way. I would say, if you don't sleep well, you will not have a good concentration the next day. You will start forgetting things. I have noticed that myself. You know, when I have not focused on my health, I have lost memory also. I'm not saying in terms of dementia or something, but you tend to forget things which you have. Then you need to really focus and concentrate to get to the bottom of that. Okay, yes, yes, this is what I had committed, right? Reduce focus on negative things, aids sleeping, aids creativity, helps you make better decisions, and yes, it also helps you with a stronger immune system. Why? If you sleep at the right time, if you give your body enough sleep, okay, at least 7 to 8 hours sleep, your body gets time to do the repair that is required. Your body gets time to recover from the damage caused through the day, right? Your body gets time to re energize and hence build a stronger immune system. How do you get to a better sleeping pattern if you're struggling today? Establish a routine, mandatory routine. कुछ भी हो जाए, have this, brush your teeth or take a warm bath if you can. थोड़ा ठंडी में मुश्किल है पानी में जाना वापस, I understand, but you can try these things. Read a book. Reading a book is the best way. You can put a soft music as well, not too loud, otherwise again it's a disturbance. Limit, cut off, from your mobiles, from the TV, from anything. Okay. Okay. The seventh habit that we move to, are you talking back to your negative thoughts? It's so easy for negative thoughts or doubts to creep in. Every small what do you say, task at hand or a challenge that comes, you start going back, अरे ये मेरे साथ ही क्यों होता है, right? Unfortunately, I think most of us end up into that trap. But negative thoughts, okay. Did you know that negative thoughts trigger stress? Absolutely correct. I'm sure that's a no-brainer. They fuel self-criticism and comparison, leading to destructive self-talk and behavioral pattern. In this association, through the the way the program has been built, it helps you modulate your thoughts towards, okay, not you're not being able to do this today. Let's plan better to do it better tomorrow, right? Not are kyun nahi kiya. This whole program, the whole association brings you to through that type of thinking, and hence I value this whole program to a great deal. Uh, okay, so our thoughts, it determine our beliefs. Our beliefs impact our feelings. Our feelings influence our action. Our actions again shape our thoughts. So this is the cycle that we are we it that it takes, and hence positive thinking is absolutely important, right? In terms of weight management as well, the magic of positive thinking comes into play in your weight management journey as well. Like, for example, you need to be, that affirmation that, okay, I can get into a smaller size dress. Visualizing that, right? I think, what do you say? Encouraging yourself is also what will help. Even if you share what your goals are in the group, trust me, with every 1 kg loss, with every 2 kg loss, you will get a lot of encouragement from this group, from your peers, from the other people participating. So, yeah, that's only if you share on the group. Are you able to break free from the social triggers? What are the social triggers? You can be probably watching a movie and then snacking, right? That's snacking is something that is definitely to be avoided, because that is putting a pressure on on your liver, on your pancreas, when they're not supposed to be actually, processing food or processing the hormones. They end up getting stressed, right? And then because you're just sitting and watching a movie for a long time, your physical activity is reduced. Extensive breakfast spread where you get are really tempting at restaurants, and इतने सारे desserts मिल जाते हैं. You have to know, okay, it's okay if I don't eat so much. Let's just choose the healthy bits. Let's just choose as per the portions. And you will understand this. It doesn't come from day one. Suppose you have to go for a party in the evening. Can you eat prior? Say, for example, you have a party invite for 8:30 in the night, right? I usually tend to finish my dinners now. Earlier, it used to be 10:30, many times at 10:30, 9:30. Average was 9:30. Now, more often than not, 95% of the time, I tend to finish my dinner by 7. Now, if there is a party invite, finish your food by 7 and then go to the party. Enjoy time. You need not eat there. That's where when others see you as well, they will also start following your footsteps. When they see your transformation, when they see that you are doing great, you may get a few laughs, that's okay. Because in the end, when they see your consistency, that's when, sorry, they will start also following you. Frequent travels often lead us to making unhealthy food choices, right? That is, of course, there. But even when you go, even if you're, say, for example, you're going on a flight, um, don't choose the wrong meal. Or if you see that there are no options, a lot of time Indigos and the other ones will not have many healthy options, then eat prior to boarding a flight as much as you can. You could be on long haul flights, which will be a different situation, right? So, main thing, what I have learned, and what Farooq always, whenever I give an excuse of, I don't have the time, who will cook for me, I cannot do so much, he always mentioned this, and this has really worked. Plan ahead. Whether you're traveling, whether you're going to work, whether anything, whatever your life be. Trust me, I lead a life where I'm working 12 hours, 15 hours also at times. Okay. But if you're able to plan ahead, you have the weekends, even if you have a few hours, nowadays it's so easy. You can order the right things from Blinkit, right? Even if you're not able to go. But this will at least ensure you are eating the right food most of the time rather than eating the wrong food most of the time, right? Okay, are you moving enough? We have had a session on NEAT, non-exercise activity, the thermogenesis. We have had covered exercise as well. It is very, very important to understand that, okay, our activity has reduced drastically from what our grandfathers or great grandfathers or even parents used to undertake, right? Movement is absolutely important for our mental health. Okay, positively affects our brain health. It you tend to generate the dopamine, etc., which is required for our to make us feel happier and energetic. Promotes better sleep and strengthens our immune system. If you're falling, in fact, many times when we tell Farooq, okay, ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, we have a viral or you have a headache, he always says go for a walk because that actually promotes improvement in your immune system. It will actually help you get rid of your cold and cough as well. Enhances telomere activity. A telomere is your tip of your DNAs, which actually gives you कि आपका age कितना your life. So if you're able to move, if you're more active, you'll live for longer, right? It reduces oxidative stress as well, boosts satellite cell, that is your preserve your skeletal and muscles, basically. How do you ensure higher activity? Take the stairs as much as you can. If you were living on the seventh floor like me, try and take, say, 3 flights and then take the lift, anything that works. Walk and talk well, or even when you're on meetings. I do that at times. When I'm in meetings and I don't need to present, I don't need to literally sit on the laptop, then I transfer my meeting to the mobile and I take it walking, right? Um, Rich email. Now, when I'm in office now, it helps. And I think that's where the best thing is to go back to work and rather than working from home, if you have that option, walk around and talk to people, get off the bus or train a little early, one stop previous, walk to the stores. I know Blinkit is available. I know a lot of options are available. But if you can deliberately, if you're doing Blinkit 7 days a week, one day, okay, don't do it. Walk to the nearest grocery store and do your shopping, and you will see that you will enjoy that ritual again, which we've forgotten that we used to do that earlier, right? Walk during ad breaks, or consciously, now that Netflix is there, you don't even have or the Amazon Primes, you don't even have ad breaks, right? So consciously pause and go and take a walk. So more, see what is all of this alluding to? कि we are sitting for a very long time, right? In fact, average activity जो हमारा है, it is right now down to 25 minutes. No wonder we have lethargy. There is no energy. No wonder there is a high rate of obesity. 1 in 4 are obese, right? And it is increasing. No wonder we see our kids are on the overweight or the obese range, right? So yeah, these are some ideas, but these need to be deliberately factored so that you start improving on your steps. In fact, that's where the whole 10,000 steps activity came. Now, one thing to be very, very clear, this is about movement. This is not exercise. Exercise is, of course, required in addition to movement, right? Many of us tend to say, okay, mera 10,000 steps ho gaya, no need for exercise. No. 10,000 steps is a bare minimum to track movement, which was completely missing, right? And then add on to that your exercise. Exercise can be a brisk walk, 20 minutes after every meal, or 40 minutes at a time, preferably post lunch or evening. and of course your your muscle building exercises. That's also very important. Are you feeding your emotions? In the sense, do you know what that emotional eating is a cycle where emotion triggers? So we just alluded to this that earlier as well. When you're stressed and you're feeling a little low, many of us tend to start snacking on things and eating things that are high in sugar, that are processed, which are unhealthy, and then you start feeling guilty. Arey, maine ye kya kiya? And then at all those negative emotions, and the cycle repeats. So the best way is to break this cycle is to understand what are those emotional triggers. As I said, the best way to, of course, after understanding what is your emotional trigger, when you know that emotional trigger is there, ensure you know how to break away from it, right? What is your stress buster? Identify that and keep it handy. The best way is don't keep snacks in your kitchen. Keep them away. Don't even buy, don't even stock your cupboard with, say, for example, your chips or biscuits or anything, in fact, right? Foster mindful eating habits. Have you set your goals? Goals are dreaded by many of us, including me. But unless you set a goal, in fact, we do that on a daily basis. Every day when you go from your house to the office, for example, whether you're taking your own vehicle or a cab, you're actually charting a destination, right? You are setting a goal to move from your home to the office. Okay, but then when we have to set goals for ourselves or for our health, we are we don't do that. But unless you set that goal, how will you know what roadmap or what path you will take? Correct? Unless you set that goal to go from, like my office is 25 kilometers away. So once I said that, I also look at the route which has the least amount of traffic, right? So what is the next signal? Uske baad kya? So that's the same thing. After you set your destination, what your goal is, your long-term goal is, we should be breaking down into smaller goals, which are probably daily or weekly or monthly goals, right? Your health goals. Now, since we are in a health program, let's talk about this, right? Long-term goal can be something which is 3 months down the line, right? Don't go with a 1 year goal because 1 year is too far for you to be once you've set that goal, announce it. And Raj have always taught us, announce your goal, share your goal, speak to your mentor. Is this the right goal? Can I achieve 10 kg weight loss in 3 months? Or should I reduce it to 7 kgs, which is what our program would say, 7.5 kgs, right? Now, once you've done that, break it down to smaller. To achieve that 3 month goal of, say, 7 kgs, what can I achieve in the first month? 2.5 kgs. To do that, what should I be doing? What is that planning? To be able to achieve my 2.5 kg weight loss in the first month, what should I be doing? Right? So that's how your goal setting works. If you do not set goal, you will just be going day to day, and you will not be able to trust me, you will not reach your destination, what you wanted, and then you will think, Are, this is not working for me. Only when you set your goals, okay, set realistic goals. As I said, agar maine bola 15 kgs in 3 months, that's absolutely unrealistic. There are many programs that will allow you to do that, but it's not sustainable. What I loved about this program is whatever transformation that I have gone, what I've experienced myself, I did it at a slow pace, which enabled habit building, which also enabled sustainable changes, which also ensured that I have sustained that um, transformation for a very, very long time. In fact, 3 years now. right? That's how long I've been able to sustain it in spite and despite the challenges, despite the increased workload, despite the increased stress we have been able to sustain. It's the same for my, friends and colleagues whom you also listen to presentations from. Find a role model. When you're part of this program, right? When you start sharing, you can have even your other people who are participating in the program as your role model. But again, the program works best when you are participating in it, when you're sharing your goals, when you're reporting your goals, and when you're sharing your food plates, right? And your exercise as well. Break goals into smaller steps. We just discussed that. Reward yourself. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how minor. You've lost two kgs. Celebrate. Okay. Announce it. Whatever it is. Buy a top for yourself. Okay. Small. If the achievement is minor, reward yourself minor. Not that you go for a big, extravagant this thing. Anyway, seek support. Build a support system with family and friends. Always share what you're wanting to do with your family, because when they know what you want to do, what your goal is, they will ensure that they encourage you. For example, I have two daughters. When I share with them, they ensure that even if I am reaching out to something to eat, they remind me, Mama, you wanted to do this, not the right time. Let's not eat. Let's wait. Okay, so that's the encouragement that you will get. That's where you can seek support from people who are around you. Seek support from a mentor, seek support from Farooq or any other, your health buddy, for example, right? Stay positive and motivated. You will have barriers that will come your way. That's how life is, right? And it's okay if you deviate. Many of us, in fact, most of us deviate, but very few come back on track. This program allows you to, come back, restart sharing, restart sharing your food plates and all of that, and reset your goal. No one is going to, reprimand you or tell you that, okay, you had set this goal and you haven't achieved it. You can't do it. No, never, because that's not how we work, right? I've covered this in the previous slide. So, okay, some ways to monitor whatever I have covered in the last few slides, okay? So that it's easy for you all to remember. Zero processed food. Absolutely avoid your fast food. Absolutely avoid sugar because it is processed. When you ask on the group, like whether jaggery is okay, any form of sugar is not good. Okay. Yes, you can probably say that, okay, if jaggery is not refined and all, probably in comparison, it is less harmful, but that is also harmful. Okay. So, zero processed food, aim for at least 1 hour of exercise and reading daily, or reading may, you can, of course, toggle, but exercise cannot be replaced. So please, even if you can start with 20 minutes of exercise, if you're not doing anything today, start with 20 minutes on a daily basis. I'm telling myself as well this. Consume at least 2 to 3 liters of water daily. Now, this is customizable. You have to understand approximately 2 liters is also okay, but then you should understand that over hydration is also not helping you. If you have too much water, even the nutrients जो आपके अंदर जा रहे हैं वो wash out हो जाएंगे, which is not what we want. We only want our body to stay hydrated and we want the toxins to be flushed out, right? So you have to understand that. Include 3 cups of green tea or green juice. I would say include, in fact, when you have 3 cups of any kind of smoothie, probably, or you can have 3 cups of protein shake. Okay, instead of a juice, because juice में क्या हो जाता है, your fiber is removed, right? So you can have two to three scoops of protein in a whole 300 ml of water. That will be better. Take 4 mental breaks or stretch breaks. Absolutely required. Take more if you can, but at least these, it'll give you you'll replenish your energy, your mental, alertness as well. Reflect on 5 things that you're grateful for, right? Uh, Life is passing so fast. We are at the end of 2025 already, and I couldn't imagine life after 2000 itself, and it's already 25 years later. Um, take a step, take a pause, and just smile. There is so much uh, like beauty around you in terms of nature, in terms of the creation. Uh, be grateful for the family. Be grateful for um, there's so many things that we can be grateful for. Be grateful for being alive to be seeing this, right? So reflect on five things. Practice meditation at 6 a.m. Something that you do in the morning, whether it is a walk, whether it is mindfulness, just breathing, pranayam, meditation, anything that gives you calm, that energizes you to kickstart your day properly. Laugh at least 7 minutes daily. Aim for 8 hours of sleep as much as you can. Get ready for bed by 9 p.m. 9 ka, when we say get ready for bed by 9 p.m., most of us also work till late. In fact, I am doing that. But the main thing is to demarcate your work or versus what you're, browsing on the mobile, etc., and at least give yourself a break of 30 minutes to 1 hour before bed, so that your mind is not so busy and clogged with multiple things, right? You need to be able to rest, otherwise you'll not get a good sleep. Strive for 10,000 steps daily. That's the basic bare minimum. Lots of easy ways to track that. Even the mobile has a lot of apps. Well, those are a lot that I've said about habits. Start every day with gratitude. We just spoke about five things that you can think of, five things that you can be grateful for. We are encouraged in this program to shine every day, and I am grateful for the health that I have received, or rather reclaimed, I would say, because of this program and because of Farooq, because of Raj. Thank you so much. Have your nutrition. It's not just the food that is important, but understand the gap that is there in the food that comes to our plate. Add and supplement with the right supplementation. We all have experience on this program. Your health buddies, your coaches, all of them have experienced the benefits and the magic of NutriLite, and hence we recommend NutriLite as your supplementation. Intentions, we just spoke about goals. Have and clear, set a clear intention. We have about 6 days, only 5 more days till the end of this year. So start looking, thinking, let's make to 2026 a much more successful year. What do you want? How do you want your health to look at 1 year down the line, right? And then break it down to what you would want it to be by March end. And let's start a new journey from the 1st of Jan. Learn something new. We bring to you sessions every Monday night, 9 p.m. Come and join in, even if you've seen, or even if you have attended, say, the same topic earlier. Come and join in, because you'll have a new speaker. They have their own perspectives, they have their own stories to share, right? Learn something new. Um, I'll come back to that again. Exercise daily. There is no substitute absolutely to exercise. Just a small incident. My granny, who I lost, in fact, granny's sister, who I lost just on Christmas night, she was 105. And I truly believe the only reason why she was alive, and she is literally not, what do you say, a betari in bed. No, she was brain active, she was inquisitive, she was learning more things. In fact, in her last 1 year, she was researching on why dementia is increasing nowadays, why women. So she was still learning till the end. She was playing on her crosswords, reading newspapers, 5 newspapers on her bed. And I think that's a very, very big learning that I got while seeing her. And I hope this session helps you all improve your habits. But the best thing to do, just come on the program, share your plates, share your goals, start reporting, and all the habits will fall into place. That's it from my side. Ruchita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Veda. That was beautifully explained and even summarized. I think it's going to be very easy for all of us to just follow and inculcate all of these habits for a very active and healthy lifestyle. With that, guys, we come to an end of this session. You've been a great audience. This was the concluding session of this year. And see you in the next one on a new year with a new note. Till then, good
Yes.
night. Stay safe. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Ruchita.